Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Two Bits with Thomas, where today we're going to be talking about the phenomenon that just won't die. Because no matter how many times PETA tries to make it seem like it's a really bad idea to make animals fight with each other, these are virtual animals, so their feelings don't matter.
Heck, pita.
Yes, that too, but
Although I
also
do like their bread. Pita bread is nice. I like pita bread.
Peter Pumpkin Eater. I mean, Pokemon.
Yay! Gotta catch them all. Gotta catch them all.
Gotta catch 'em all, gotta catch 'em all. Gotta catch 'em all. STDs, I mean Pokemon.
And with the announcement release of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, we definitely decided to go over every generation sporadically. We're gonna go over them like maybe once or twice, once every 1 or 2 months. But we're starting with Generation One.
Yes, because here's the thing. Not only are there currently 8, soon to be 9 generations of Pokemon games, there are multiple spin-off games. There's games that there are sort of crossovers. There's games that people just don't remember, Colosseum and Gale of Darkness being 2 of them.
I love those games.
Yeah, they're so good.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Pokemon that we can talk about. The anime, the movies. We're mostly
The
going to be
manime.
But today we're gonna be covering 1998, 1999, and 2000, and that's
along
it.
along with a brief overview of the Generation One Pokemon game and why generally it's not exactly the best generation and why I think Gen 3 might be the best starting point unless of course you're willing to play one of the various remakes of Gen 1.
Gen 1 has 99 problems, and a glitch certainly is one.
Yep.
Soul Silver.
Soul Silver was amazing, but we're not talking about that today.
Yeah, we're talking about Generation 1, the game that started it all. The Pokemon game where you as a 10-year-old trainer get to pick from 3 Pokemon depending on what version you're playing, of course. Go on a wild adventure, find 8 gym badges, defeat an evil gang known as Team Rocket, become the champion, defeat your rival Gary Oak, or as everyone always called him, Buttface.
Hey, I'm not Buttface. I'm gonna be the greatest Pokemon master.
Okay.
Says the guy that holds Pokepoo.
Yep.
I declare this to be fossilized Pokey manure.
Hey, all I do is get Pokemon and get bitches.
Yeah,
God.
Gary Oak is such the perfect example of a rival that you want to beat because he's so freaking annoying. Saren, what are you doing?
What?
I'm guessing that's you. What are you doing?
That depends. What are you referring to?
The knives in the background are the forks and spoons.
Yes, that's what it sounds like.
I'm starving to death.
Well,
Oh,
starve on someone else's time.
damn.
I-
I mean, damn.
Fine. Here, have an
Technically, it
egg.
is someone else's.
Have an egg in these trying times. Just
I mean, we didn't have a problem when Pixity had her cats around. I mean, just go with it.
what's that? Use rollout? Okay.
Nope, we ain't talking about her. This ain't Generation 2 yet.
Wait, is that when rollout was introduced?
Yes.
Oh man. So I can't be like they see me rolling.
Not yet.
My Geodudes.
We'll get to her. We'll get to that side hoe. We ain't going to talk about her tonight. She gonna be spared.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let it slide.
Yeah.
Like a rock
Generation-
slide?
Now, Rock Slide was Gen 1.
Nice.
That's right.
I'm glad I have 2 Pokemon nerds because I did not start with because even though I'm older than Pokemon Generation 1, I didn't really start playing Pokemon until around Generation 4, Generation 5.
And that's totally fine. I mean, you did miss out on Generation 2 and 3, but Gen 1, eh. Just
Yeah.
the hype was good.
Emerald.
Joe was good.
I'm back.
Hey.
So here's the thing. Everyone always talks about how Gen 1 is the best. It's the greatest. Go
No.
go go back and play Generation 1. And I mean the original Game Boy Generation 1.
Please,
And
God, no.
and
Oh, what's that? You want to raise your stats? Oh, I'm sorry. You raised your stats to the highest point, and now they're negative stats. Have fun with that.
What?
Oh, yeah. No, I'm not making that up.
yeah, it has to do with the fact that it has to do with like the fact that the limited memory causes an overload issue where once the stats reach a certain point, if you somehow make it go higher, it overloads and goes into the negatives.
Uh.
Yeah.
Also, you got a fast Pokemon. Cool. Okay. Slash critical hit. Slash critical hit. Slash critical hit. What the hell's going on? It's just fast. Why is it getting all these critical hits?
Yep.
Well,
You wanna Gyarados? Good luck raising that bitch ass Magikarp.
Yeah.
that's in every generation, but yeah.
Yeah, but now he can learn Tackle.
Yeah, you couldn't learn anything in Gen 1. You just
No.
push them out.
That sucked.
Yeah. Was there an experience share in Gen 1?
No. Yes. There
That's
was
called it's called
You
experience
had an
all.
item.
Oh.
experience
It's
all.
basic,
All the
but the
XP,
problem is it's actually experience on all 6 Pokemon.
which
And
has been
unlike the new games, it drastically reduces the amount you get comparatively.
yeah. Gen 6 X and Y introduced basically the new version of experience all.
And now
Yeah.
in Arceus, it just gives you XP.
Yeah, pretty much. Anyways, we're not talking about her. We're talking about Gen 1. So the other thing, the last thing I wanted to mention about Generation 1's terrible mechanics is that you know how you have special attack and special defense, right?
Yep.
In Gen 1, it's just special.
Yep.
So Psychic, a move that is most used by the most overpowered type in the game, Psychic is a move that lowers your special, which means you lower special attack and your special defense. And Gen 2 and onwards, it just lowers your special defense.
Yeah, because in Generation 2, they introduced the special attack and special defense split, and then Generation 3, they started introducing moves, they started introducing physical
Ability.
Yes. Then it wasn't until like Generation 5, I believe, that they fixed the whole physical and special
No, that
move.
was Gen 4. That was
Oh,
Gen 4.
okay.
Before Gen 4, the type of move that was used was based on the actual elemental type that was used. But then in Gen 4, things got a little tricky because they started to make the attack or used special or physical based on the type of actual attack it's inflicting. So
Yes, that's what I
yeah,
was thinking of.
I mean, it's hard to learn either. It really is because like I remember that when I'm playing Gen 3, I'm like, oh right, this isn't a physical move anymore; it's a special move, or vice versa. Because yeah, Pokemon took a while to get to where it is now, and that's why we're talking about Gen 1 because Gen 1 is I mean you got your 8 gym leaders. There's
Brock, Misty.
Misty is actually the hardest, and Misty and Sabrina are actually the hardest.
Yep. Hang on. Okay, so because I want to remember them all, you got Brock, Misty, Sabrina, Lieutenant Surge,
Sajam.
Erica.
Erica,
Koga.
Koga.
Okay, let me start this again. You got the gym leader wrong order. There's Brock, Misty, Lieutenant Surge, Erica, and there's
Sabrina.
Sabrina,
Koga.
and then Koga. Some kind of weird is Sabrina be next, then Koga, or Koga then Sabrina,
and then
and
Blaine.
then there's Blaine, and then Giovanni.
Yep.
And Giovanni. Now, honestly, Indy, what you were saying, you can actually fight the gym leaders in different orders in Gen 1 and Gen 2, actually.
Yeah.
But I prefer to do it Brock, Misty, Surge, Erica, Koga, Sabrina, Blaine, Giovanni.
Yeah, mainly because like in that order, you're basically able to take the routes around the city while dealing with Team Rocket, slowly leveling up your Pokemon, making them stronger. Because, oh boy, getting to the next gym leaders, especially in the original generation game version of the game, oh, it's not easy.
But so the games are there's usually a storyline in each of the games generations. Gen 1 doesn't have much of a story. You just want to be the best. And there's also an underlining theme of genetics and science. That's
Yeah,
kind of it. Because
yeah,
Mewtwo is a genetically created Pokemon that is meant to be really strong. It's set in the Kanto region of Japan, and it's actually called Kanto, which is based off where the Tokyo metropolitan area is, which is very highly technologically advanced. So that
yep.
makes sense.
And ever since the original anime, we've all been mispronouncing it wrong for years.
Yeah, it's actually Kanto. It's not Kanto, but
Yeah,
whatever.
I mean, if you say Kanto, it's okay. You most likely have it stuck in your head. I still call it Kanto because it's still just ingrained into my mind. I just can't get rid of it. You know?
Well, I still call it Kanto as well, but if I'm talking about the region of Japan, which it's actually based off of, it's Kanto.
Yeah, and yeah, Mewtwo is an experiment. That was is the most powerful Pokemon of that generation because you know special is one thing.
But since we're talking about the beginning of Pokemon, I think that we should all talk about how we first found out about it. Me, I got a VHS tape in the mail that said, "Gotta watch this now." Put it in. I said, "This is weird," because it starts off with this kid, or I know it's Ash, but it starts off with Ash going, "You've been selected to receive a sneak peek about a phenomenon called Pokemon, a hit TV show, a Game Boy game, and loads of other cool things. They're about to take America by storm." And I was like, okay, that's quite a big statement. But he was right. He was totally right.
Yeah, it definitely did.
Because at the time, I was like, oh, I thought it was Crazy Bones. It's Pokemon. All right. What's
Crazy
Pokemon?
Bones.
Yeah. That's what preceded Pokemon in my school, at least.
Hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, like that was that, and then I went to a birthday party for my cousins Kyle and for my cousin Chris, and he got a Pokemon card pack for his birthday, a booster pack. He opened it in front of all the kids, and he got Charizard, and it was like the scene from Toy Story with Buzz Lightyear being unveiled to the kids. It was mad.
Wow. Yeah, that's something. Real quick, we just need to say this. Back in the day, the if you got a holographic Charizard,
Oh,
everyone looked at you like you were a god.
oh yeah.
It wasn't even that good of a card, but it was just so cool because A, Charizard was one of Ash's Pokemon. He looked cool. He looked like a dragon, and B, it was a holographic card.
And honestly, it was a very good card to play too, because it had the most hit points out of any card with 120, and it had Fire Spin.
Yeah, it was a really powerful card for its time. Nowadays, it's outclassed by just about everything.
Gee, remember when Fire Spin was actually a good move that trolled the entire fucking game? I do.
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Yeah.
Maybe Pepperidge Farm will forget if you buy some Pepperidge Farm's popcorn.
Anyways, these donuts are great. Jelly filled are my favorite. Nothing beats a jelly filled donut. Have a donut. That always cheers me up.
Oh yeah. Still not forget about that.
I'll use my trusty frying pan as a drying pan.
Oh,
Is
yeah.
that technically that's technically Johto?
I'm still concerned about making actual donuts that look like rice balls.
They're not
Please?
donuts. They're onigiri.
I know.
Please do.
No, I actually make organ. Oh, dang it! What's that called again?
Onigiri.
Onigiri. That's it.
Yeah.
I actually did use. I did use. I actually had to use a sticky rice, or some call it the sushi rice. You actually mix it with water with salt, and you put rice, and then you can. And there's a thing that you put inside. It's called dried plum. It tastes weird. I'm not a fan of it. I did use something else.
Like
Well,
it.
I used olive,
That sounds good.
and then I put it inside there, and then roll up like a ball, and then place it with nori, which is a seaweed.
And that's the little paper that we thought was a donut like hole when we were kids because we were stupid. We were all stupid.
Yeah, we literally
Yep.
believed that was a donut.
Yeah.
And actually, I'm considering making
how long I searched.
and actually I'm considering making a donut that does look like onigiri.
Yeah.
Somebody actually made that.
But
You
yeah,
know, it'd be really awesome. Pokemon
what?
Red on Virtual Boy.
No.
God,
No.
no.
You like Red?
No.
No. We're not. No.
She can't sit with us. But yeah, I think we've talked enough about the. Well, wait.
No.
Where did all you guys hear about Pokemon?
So I heard about Pokemon because for one of my various birthdays, my dad got me a green Game Boy Color, and it came with Pokemon Red.
Nice.
And that was my introduction to Pokemon. I thought it was the coolest thing ever. The only thing was, you know how when your Pokemon gets poisoned, the screen flashes and just every couple steps?
Yes.
Yeah, so none of us knew about that, right? And I thought my Game Boy Color had a screen problem.
Oh yeah.
And, I mean, it eventually I figured it out, but at first, what the hell's wrong with my, Game Boy?
Speaking
And
of
then
that,
when
no, go ahead. Sorry.
when one of my Pokemon died from poisoning and it stopped, I was like, oh.
But it's always when you get to the nurse, isn't it? You get right to that nurse. It's like, oh, Charmander fainted.
Yeah, no, right at the Pokemon's kidding me.
Yeah.
And then a couple years later, when Pokemon Yellow came out, I got it for my birthday. Because by that point, I had discovered the animated series on Cartoon Network, or wherever it was.
Kids W.
Yeah, that was it. And when I got the game, I was like, wow, it's just like the TV show. I started with Pikachu. And then I started getting Charmander, Bulbasaur. They're just giving them away. And I'm like, greatest game ever. Recently went back to Yellow and Red when I reactivated my 3DS.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a game. But it's...
It's a little better than Red and Blue, but yeah.
It's definitely a little janky.
I started up the original Red. It was, it's a nice trip down memory lane, but oh my god, it's definitely not the best.
No, it's not. What about you, Andy? How'd you find out about Pokemon?
Oh, well, the first one I ever watched was the commercial.
Okay.
It's one with the bus driver.
Oh, that commercial scared the shit out of me.
Where the dude was basically just like, all right.
Hang on a sec. I'll be right back.
Yep. Technical difficulties, everyone. Ignore that.
Technical difficulties.
But I can't ignore that.
Well, we'll ignore it. He's our friend. Just like I would like to ignore you eating dry ramen.
I'm not eating dry ramen. I just sat in a chair.
Well, it's a very comfy chair then.
That's okay.
Anyway...
You know what's strange? When you said I'll be right back, I thought you were referencing the commercial because that's exactly what the bus driver says. I'll be right back.
And then they all died.
Yeah.
They got smushed into the Game Boy cartridge. Hang on, I'm going to unmute. You good? You good, Indy?
Are you good, Indy?
Anyways, yeah. Sorry about that. I was just got interrupted by someone.
Yeah,
Question.
we heard part of the conversation. I muted it though.
Okay.
Anyways, I was saying. Okay, once I saw the commercial, that's the first heard about Pokemon, and then I can't remember which one is next. Do you remember Disney Adventure magazine?
Yes.
Oh
My
yeah,
garbage.
I saw, I saw that one they have like is basically based on the TV show. Even though I didn't know a TV show existed, it was the one with the. It was a. It's a three part. The first I got the first one. Which one to specifically talk about? Mount. I forgot. It was like the first cave, and I can't remember what it was.
Mount Moon.
Mount Moon. That's it. And they have Seymour, the scientist.
Oh God, that episode.
Yep, that was
Seymour
the
the
first heard of it.
scientist, yes. And Team Rocket dresses up like aliens to take Pikachu.
And
And James actually sounds like this for some reason.
I thought James was a girl.
What?
I thought it almost sounds like Jamie. I thought they were both two girls.
Hmm.
I thought it was Jessica and Jamie.
real quick.
Well, ironically, James's early voice actually did almost sound exactly like an English version of the Japanese voice for Kojiro. But
Yeah.
I digress.
Anyways, and then there is my cousin, who used to have the Game Boy, got first Pokemon. So I kind of I watch it, and I kind of feel like I want to get my own. But my parents really want me to get something else. Not
Mhm.
not sure why. So they want me to get Tarzan for Game Boy instead.
Why?
Wow.
I don't know.
I never played that, but I'll bet it was glitchy.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
Yeah, I think I'm not sure. It's maybe because they think Pokemon is a little bit too
You know what?
Antichrist kind of thing.
Oh.
Okay, first off, hang
Well,
on.
they're-
I'm just going to interrupt you real quick and say Pokemon is not Antichrist. Pokemon does not promote any kind of animal on animal violence. Pokemon is not whatever false thing
Well, they're not.
that
My
was
parents
put
are not.
I
into
was
our
painted for your
head.
sins.
It was. It was. Yeah, that thing was actually existed.
Yeah.
Some people were concerned about Pokemon stuff like that, but nowadays
Yeah.
it's actually
A lot of
toned
adults.
down.
A lot
And
of adults.
don't forget Pope Francis actually liked Pokemon. I heard.
Yeah.
Well, I
Um,
mean,
Yeah.
Catholic Church.
But we're not
doesn't
going to
allow
sacrifice
use of
anyone to
it.
Giratina, so there you go.
oh, but
But
Sarah,
then
but Sarah looks like she's ready for a sacrifice.
well, then I got Pokemon Pinball that I had to
Oh, I had
finally remember that.
I love that game.
And then I finally got Pokemon Red, and I finally get to play the game.
I swear I'm the only one that
Did
didn't
you
have
ever play
red.
Did you play the Pokemon trading card game on Game Boy Color?
Yes, I do.
Doesn't have it.
I love it.
So
No, I can't. I can't remember how I play it anymore.
yeah, it's definitely one of those things that's like it seems complicated to play at first, but once you get the rules down, it's relatively easy. Also,
Yeah.
I think it's my turn to say because um I got into Pokemon first with the anime. Real quick, hang on, I'm just gonna just let us know whenever you're done.
I'm done.
No, not you. The other girl in here.
Sarah.
Saren. Sora from Kingdom Hearts. Anyway, I got into it via the original anime that that everyone's watched. Ash going on his adventure to follow Gary Oak, who is such a snobby asshole. I just hated him. I mostly followed the anime for a long while, kind of dropped off after a bit. I didn't really play the Pokemon games. My brother had the original. I think he had yellow, but I didn't really play it that much. It wasn't until I got a DS that I tried Gen 4. I want to say it was either Diamond or Pearl. I can't remember. And I kind of just got a little stuck there. Then I went to Gen 5. And that's where it really clicked and connected with me. And I really got into Pokemon and just a lot of the other stuff. It was kind of a shame that I started late because I had a chance to start around Gen 3. But I don't know. I just never did.
And that's okay. And when we get to those generations, we'll talk about them.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
no one. I really hope no one feels bad about the fact that if you start on a different generation, it's okay. You can start on an earlier generation and see how it was like then, and move up to now. It's okay.
Newsflash: not everyone was born in the 90s.
Exactly. Not to mention the fact that sometimes the earlier versions are a lot better than the later versions.
Also, no, go ahead.
Also, sometimes the remakes aren't as good as them.
Also, newsflash: just because you were born in the 90s doesn't make you superior to anyone else.
Also,
I don't know.
Also, if you're a Gen 1er, you're a Gen Whiner.
You're a Gen Jackass.
Oh, hang on a sec.
Oh, God.
Say that again. Say that again, please.
Also, if you're a Gen... if you're a Gen 1er, you're a Gen Whiner.
I really had to do that.
That was awesome, Indy.
Oh, my God.
Is somebody who come up with a pun? Just alarm me, please.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I got plenty.
Oh, wait.
No.
I don't know when they're coming, but they're coming.
Okay.
Mine usually come after a good handshake.
Oh, yeah.
Donut.
Oh, don't forget, I did have a roommate who said he started Pokemon Gen 3.
Okay.
Which I'm fine with that because I enjoy Pokemon Gen 3. I still have a fond memory for that one. Still have fond memory for Gen 2 and fond memory for Gen 4.
I'm a Pokemon nerd. I have fond memories in some way, shape, or form for every generation.
Interesting fact. My brother, he had a poster with all 151 original Pokemon on it.
Wait, were they stickers? Because I had that too. It was like a red poster, right, where you get them all from coloring books. You had to collect all 4 coloring books to get all the stickers.
No, it was like a real big poster. I don't think it was stickers, but I think we did have stickers. Sadly, it's been lost to time.
Yeah, mine got lost too.
But guess what I do have? I have the complete strategy guides for Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, and Black and White.
Oh wait, are they the official ones or
Yes.
Prima strategy guide?
Yes. Actually, hang on.
Prima strategy guides are gloriously terrible, and I love them.
you all keep talking. I'll be right back in like 2 seconds.
Okay, 1, 2. Well, they're gone forever. Anyways,
And make sure don't get carried away for other gen because we're not talking about Gen 1.
right? Well, But yeah, like Prima strategy guides were always the ones that had like the most misinformation. I remember I had the one for Pokemon Yellow, and that one, like literally, instead of showing a map of the Celadon gym interior, it showed you twice the Rocket Game Corner. So it showed the game corner on one page on the same like 2 pages, and then it showed the Rocket Game Corner again.
Oh, God, good Lord.
I care sometimes.
Okay, so yes, these are the actual official guides, not the Prima versions, the official one. And the Platinum version that I have is huge. It has every single Pokemon in it. It even has pictures of it. In fact, hang on, I'm going to take a picture and send it all to you.
I have the yellow one, the gold and silver one, the Ruby and Sapphire one, and I didn't play much of Diamond and Pearl when I was a kid, or Platinum, or not kid, but high school. I almost completely skipped Gen 4. We'll talk about that when we get to Gen 4. I have the Black and White one. I have the Sun and Moon, and then the Sword and Shield ones.
Yeah. Just to give you all an idea of just how big of a book this is, here is the book. I might also try and include a picture of it in the video, but
Oh, wow.
yes.
Wow.
This book covers.
I remember this one.
Yeah, this book covers everything you can do in the game. It tells you like what Pokemon the gym leaders have. It gives you maps of the entire areas. It tells you everything, literally everything, and it's divided.
Am I the only one that remembers when Bulbapedia first launched in 2005?
Oh God, this thing even had stuff on the battle frontier. It also has a section dedicated to every single Pokemon from the Sinnoh to the national dex. Like, and it even gives like some stats and stuff. It's like this thing is massive. It's so huge and so impressive. And the fact that I have this, it's really cool. It fills me with, oh my God.
Well, let's talk about the anime. The anime, I think, was the bread and butter of Gen 1 because the games,
Yeah.
they were. I mean, Pokemon Stadium was fun.
Yeah,
But
I think my friend has either Stadium or Stadium 2. I'm not sure which.
hey, Pikachu was. We don't talk about her. Pokemon Snap was fun. I had a lot of fun with it.
I love Snaps so much.
Do you have the updated version?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So yeah, I've never played Pokemon Snap, but from the way everyone talks about it and from what I've seen, I can see why it's so beautiful. You get to like ride on a little kind of cart thing, take pictures of Pokemon, unlock new areas. It's a fun little game. It's much better than Hey You Pikachu.
Yeah. You want to know what else is fun about the anime? Digital Soldier Porygon.
No, bad.
Yeah, that video is banned because of Pikachu's electric attack. It caused kids to actually have seizures.
Well, kids with epilepsy. Yes.
Well, still,
Yeah.
yeah.
I know a few people with epilepsy, so yeah.
Yeah, it's not a good episode.
Me and my roommate did watch that episode. We saw it briefly and we had to cover our eyes. And then after we watched that one, we had to take a nap.
Yeah, it takes a lot out of you.
It's not fun.
Yeah.
No.
It's a weird episode too. There's another episode that's also removed because it uses guns a lot.
Then there's also Beauty and the Beach, and if you want to know why that episode was removed, there's a whole article on it. I'm not going to go over it.
Repeat that?
There's also an episode called Beauty and the Beach, which was banned and then later brought back as a lost episode, but I think it should have just been banned entirely because look up why Beauty and the Beach was so controversial online. I'm not going to explain it here. There's a lot of bad episode.
We're not talking about that one. There's also an episode where I don't know if this is the same episode, it might be a different one, where Jesse and James enter a beauty pageant and James uses
That's the same one.
Okay, yeah, that's the one we're not talking about. Yeah, no. But can I just say that Jesse and James are so completely comfortable just like cross-dressing that kind of
I love it.
Yes. It kind of makes you wonder, like, is James secretly a female or is he just really into wearing women's clothing. Because either way, I love him.
I'm James, your master. Obey me.
What?
James,
Yes.
so
I'm sorry. There's James is either secretly gay or is fully queer.
well in the
Either-
Japanese version, he is queer.
Okay.
That's one thing I do know.
Okay.
Well, there's a one part that proves that he's not gay is he has that crush with that one lady from the Ghastly episode.
Oh yeah, he falls in love with
Bi.
the.
He's bi. That's what I'm trying to say. I think he's
Yeah,
bi,
yeah.
like queer. Yeah.
I'd go with that because he clearly has a because like have he ever had to settle down with someone not counting the manga or whatever however you want to pronounce it, not counting the original books of Pokemon. He doesn't. I think he would be happy to settle down with Jessie just because he spends his whole life with her basically, getting into trouble, going on adventures. I think he would like to just settle down with her, but if he found a nice dude, he wouldn't mind.
But yeah, the only thing I really didn't like about the anime is that the gym battles were for shit because we really didn't know what we were doing. Ash didn't really know what he was doing back then. It does show growth. I will admit that it shows that he's growing as a character. But I will say one thing for season 1 of Pokemon Indigo League. I will say this. There is filler, but it doesn't suck as bad as filler we see later on.
Yeah, like there's an episode where Ash tries to get a ghost type to fight Sabrina, and that technically is a filler episode. I think I don't know that counts.
But it's hilarious.
Yes, and dark because technically Ash died and his spirit got removed from his body along with Pikachu's.
Yeah. Yeah, in the Japanese version, they just say, "Oh no, we're dead." Where in the English version, it's, "Oh no, we've been totally separated from our bodies."
Too bad it's Sunday. Otherwise, there would have been people in there tomorrow.
Gotcha.
Oh no! He blew up the cargo robot. The cargo is
God.
Yeah, we can do a whole episode talking about strange changes from Japanese to English, but
Yeah, like the first season was good. The Indigo League was bad because honestly, Ash didn't use a lot of his variety of Pokemon except for the Kanto starters, and then of course we all know what happened when Charizard fell asleep and Ash didn't know what else to do, and then Charizard is unwilling to battle. Richie wins.
yeah, that was so stupid. It's like Charizard didn't fall asleep; he just refused.
And I'm also going to give this from a perspective of someone who started with Pokemon from the very beginning. Y'all don't realize how mad we were when we realized that we had probably had to wait a whole nother. Well, we didn't even know if there was going to be another Pokemon game. We didn't know. And Ash just loses like that. Like, we were devastated.
Yeah.
Completely devastated. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, that was just infuriating. Just like we see him go on this big journey, meet these people, do so many amazing things, only at the last minute be told, "Yeah, no, you lose." And this is go ahead.
But then there was the Sun and Moon.
No, we're not talking.
We're not there yet. Though, real quick, I do need to say that throughout the years, not counting the Orange Island League win, because no one seems to count that one.
Oh, you mean, my name is Tracy Sketchit. I'm a Pokemon watcher.
Yeah, not counting
You're
that.
a Pokemon pervert.
Yeah, he is.
Not counting that season or him. He does have a lot of losses. He eventually does get a win, but there is one loss that is such BS. I need to pull it up right now. In the anime, Ash loses to a trainer who fucking has a Darkrai.
Jesus.
We're not talking about that yet. We're
I
not
know.
at time to talk
I know, but that's just such bullshit. It's like I use a legendary Pokemon. That's like going into a Generation One.
Oh, you mean Tobias? Yeah.
Yes, that's like going into a a Gen 1 tournament and you have freaking Mewtwo and everyone else has just Alakazams. It's stupid. It's completely unfair. Like in the anime, Giovanni was testing Mewtwo against trainers and he kept winning because Mewtwo was OP. That's so. Oh, that was such a stupid
And
loss.
speaking of that, Pokemon the first movie.
Yes.
So I did not get to see it in theaters. My parents said absolutely not, and you don't have any friends to see it with, so sorry.
That's sad.
Don't
Yeah.
worry. Don't worry. I've already ready the rocket to hell for them.
Huh.
But I think I don't
46.
I don't know if I saw. I think I did see the first Pokemon movie in theaters. Is this the one with Mewtwo?
Yes.
Okay, yes. I saw this in theaters, and you know how most of the movies before the first few movies, it would have this little filler thing before the whole movie.
Yeah.
I
Oh, Pikachu's Vacation.
Yes, I watched my brothers and I went with my mom and dad. We went there at the theater, and we watched, and it played the movie. We watched Pikachu's Vacation, and when it ended, I thought that was the whole movie, and my little brain shouted, "Is that it?"
Oh my gosh, yeah, I'm sure. And then you saw Donphan, and you were like, "What the hell is that?" That's the first thing I said. I was
Oh
like,
yeah, I
"Whoa,
kind of feel that way.
Pokemon?"
I thought it was like a upgraded Rhyhorn.
So did I. I thought it was an evolution of Rhydon, which we eventually did get, but we're not talking about that yet.
Yeah. No. I just felt completely embarrassed that I shouted in a movie theater and made a fool of myself. But it wasn't as bad as my dad who fell asleep.
Well, I'm sure all the parents were like, "So this is what Pokemon's all about."
Or to quote JonTron, Pokemon.
Yeah, my mom said Pokemon, but that's because they said it. They kept saying Pokemon in the first episode. Believe it or not, like there was never a mention of the word Pokemon.
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 and you're just poking a man in the face, and that's just the whole game.
Oh my god. But yeah, the first Pokemon movie, it was really good. I think it's out of the first three, it's my least favorite. I know that some people will say that, how dare you not like the first movie? No, I love the first movie. It's just there's a lot of good Pokemon movies.
There are. Especially this one because it's so impactful because holy shit, Ash gets turned to stone.
Lucky. I wish I was stoned right now.
And need I bring up MFF?
No, you don't. We don't need to talk about that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so thinking that Ash was turned to stone and everyone's just crying because he's just not moving or responding to the Thunderbolt, Pikachu's Thunderbolt, it's so incredibly sad. Especially in the Japanese version, they imply that he died.
I mean, Ash got stoned and everybody cried about it. Bunch of fucking narcs.
Well, somebody spoiled it for me.
Oh,
Yeah.
seriously?
Someone spoiled it for you?
Wow, that's
Okay,
bullshit.
it's been 22 years though.
Yeah.
It's an okay spoiler.
Actually, they're probably kids. They probably didn't know about what spoil alert was.
Yeah, I mean, law of the schoolyard in the 90s, man, there was no law. There was no rules. It was just if you didn't see it, bad because you're going to get it spoiled. You know?
Yeah, that's
was.
yeah, that's like one of the sad things about like in the past, kids didn't know about the whole no spoiler rule. Ugh. But
I remember that there was one kid who saw it and he was like, they were like, wait, does Mewtwo talk? Does he do this? And he's like, no, he just goes, I am the strongest Pokemon in the world. And we're like, okay.
I mean,
But we didn't know that. We thought that that's how he sounded, like a robot. But no, I forget the name of the guy who did Mewtwo's voice. But my God, does he do a good performance?
yeah, he definitely does a fantastic job. And what's really cool about this movie is that there is a remake of it. I think it's on Netflix, but you can possibly find it somewhere else online.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's kind of interesting that this movie was so popular that it got the remake treatment. It's the only one that kind of did.
And we all thought that this was the end of the series for
Yeah.
sure.
Nope.
But
God.
then in the year 2000, which is what we're at chronologically talking about right now, we got another movie, Pokemon the Movie 2000. And that was a lot better, in my opinion.
Is that the one with Articuno, Zapdos, Moltres?
And Lugia.
Oh yes, and the talk in the Slow King that talks.
I could use pants.
Yes.
Oh,
God. Oh my
Yeah.
God. I love that line. That was just so funny. He gets covered in snow from Articuno and he just pops up. He's just like, I could
Cocaine
use
bird.
some pants.
And unfortunately, we had to deal with, I'm a Pokemon watcher in that movie. But luckily, he doesn't have a lot to say.
Well, yeah, and also
Oh,
go ahead, Indy.
don't forget, Misty actually had when somebody think that Ash and Misty were in a relationship.
Oh, yeah,
Yep.
that was a little annoying. He's a boy and he's a friend, but he's not my boyfriend.
There's a classic trope that would return. Also,
Oh, and then even better, when Team Rocket hear that, they're like, listen, kid, when you're dealing with the opposite sex, you're in for a lot of trouble. Yes, and that's the kind of trouble I stay out of.
Oh, don't forget,
my gosh.
there's another mention about Misty. It's still anime related. It's the one that she's afraid of bugs.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
Oh, and his bike. Oh, I forgot to mention that in
Yes.
the first movie when Ash turns to stone, there was many different lines considering that Misty said, "Oh, please no." But originally, one of the lines was supposed to be, "My bike." I'm not kidding. That would have fucked everything up.
Wow, that would have ruined the whole moment.
That would have ruined the whole movie. Period.
Yes, that would just nope.
My bike, like bitch.
He just died.
Wow.
Yeah.
Also, shoot, I was going to say something else, but oh right. Also, another thing we have to say about Tracy. The only reason he was introduced is because people thought that no one liked Brock.
Actually, no. They thought not just that. They thought that he was an Asian stereotype.
Yes. They thought he was a complete and utter Asian stereotype, and they thought that they would get in trouble, so they gave him a girlfriend who gave Ash the GS ball, which we will talk about later because it's a bunch of BS.
Yes. The
And-
BS.
And eventually, people were upset about Tracy, so they brought Brock back, and they had one of the best jokes in this series, where every time someone brought up his ex-girlfriend, he would just sulk somewhere and go, "I don't want to talk about it." And there's one scene, I just need to say this, there's one scene where Team Rocket attacks using a giant circus tent, and they're like, I don't know, someone mentions Professor Ivy, or whatever her name was.
Ivy.
Ivy?
Yes.
Okay, Professor Ivy's name, and then Brock takes James's umbrella, gets on the top tightrope, and just stands on the fetal position like, "I don't want to talk about it," or "Don't mention her name," and James is just like, "My umbrella."
Oh my gosh. I actually forgot about that.
Oh no!
I mean, I knew they were in a relationship, but like at the end, I didn't know that they mentioned her again. I thought it was just a whole big lipped alligator moment.
Yeah, no. When they brought Brock back, that's basically they're like, but what about Professor Ivy? And that was like the whole joke for that episode. And I remembered it because it was so hilarious. Just every time Brock just kept going, I don't want to talk about it.
But I'm sorry. I gotta run Tracy sketch and nail him into the ground because how the fuck do you have a scyther and you're still not cool?
Yeah, I'm like, dude, you have a cipher. This will eventually gain a brand new evolution in
That's not
future.
cool.
Yeah, like, dude, you have a Pokemon that becomes even cooler, and you're lame.
No. We'll talk
Like,
about this another time, but no.
yeah, he's just, ugh. He just sucks and is annoying.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Okay.
I don't remember too much about Pokemon 2000 other than it
Oh, I
involved
love
the. Yeah.
The only thing I don't like about it is that the villain is like literally a paper thin card. Like he has the personality of paper.
Oh, that
Like
bad?
Lawrence the Third has no, yeah, that's his name, Lawrence the Third. They don't name him in the movie; they just call him the Collector. I started my collection with a Mew card, and now I have all this. Really?
Okay, I'm not actually watching the video, but I'm reading comments about like what happened to Brock between Brock and Professor Ivy. It's a theory related.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's mostly just they kind of just most likely broke up because blah 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 reasons. But the main reason was just that they had to bring Brock back, but to bring him back, he'd have to pick up Professor Ivy, and well, considering that his whole thing is that he chases women around, they figured that
Yeah, they didn't like that.
yeah, they kind of kept that, but they slowed it down a little bit.
Oh
A
no, not in
lot.
JoJo. Not in
Well,
JoJo.
well,
Misty was always in his ear.
yes. Though what's funny is that eventually they kind of like up the whole like stop having Brock flirt with women. Though interesting note, he can tell every single Nurse Joy and Officer Jenny apart from each other.
Yeah.
Like you could possibly tell you the exact DNA in a different Nurse Joy and Officer Jenny, and maybe.
Jenny, oh Jenny,
I remember.
joy,
Oh,
oh joy.
oh
You know
God.
that song?
Yes.
I wanna go the good.
Can I just say that I loved how I don't know if this is in the Japanese version, but the American versions it would sometimes have the Pokemon jukebox.
We're on the road to Viridian City.
Oh God, we're going to have so many people remember these songs, and they'll be like, "Damn it, I have all these songs in my head now."
We'll be the greatest masters of all time, creators of a grand design. I'll be the king. I'll be the queen. I think you got it in reverse, guys.
Are you? Yeah, most definitely in reverse. Because again, Jesse and James are completely okay with wearing clothes of the opposite gender, which is possibly why, some of us nowadays are like possibly wondering why in the hell do we in the real world seem to have a problem with people of certain gender wearing clothes when clothes doesn't have gender preferences.
For some of us, not me, because I'm not into the, I'm just gay. I'm not trans, but I respect trans people, and but yeah, they were role models. They were role models.
Yeah, also again, just real quick, just want to say this: clothes doesn't have gender. It doesn't care. It's just there for you to wear. If you want to wear men's clothing, women's clothing, any clothing that's appropriate, wear it and don't give a shit and don't care what anyone, and please don't mind what someone thinks or says. If they have a problem with it, tell them, would you rather I came here stark naked?
What do you do if the answer is yes?
Well, then that means that they're a pervert and you should walk away. Well, I mean, unless of course this is like a furry convention, in which case,
Yeah.
I'm not going to continue that conversation. Back to Pokemon. Because
Yeah, I really like the premise of Pokemon 2000 a little bit better. It got me on the edge of my seat a lot more as a kid because I don't know. I love the Pokemon first movie, but it felt like most of the movie was just Mewtwo going, "Roar, I'm evil, I hate humans, blah blah blah." And there is a reason he hates what he hates, but it didn't really translate well into the English version of the movie.
yeah, for those who are curious, Mewtwo was designed by Team Rocket as a way to create the most powerful Pokemon, but he was also a means of trying to bring back to life one of the scientist's daughter who sadly passed away at a young age. However, the experiment kind of went right, but also went wrong, and they lost a clone of the daughter, Charmander, Bulbasaur, and Squirtle as well, leaving Mewtwo, who was psychically linked to them all, to have his mind wiped clean, and he basically forgot who they were, but he felt as if they were still there.
That entire sequence is removed from the American version and the worldwide version.
Yeah, it's incredibly sad, but it explains so well why Mewtwo just hates humans, and
Also, Mew talks in the Japanese version, and she's basically the villain because she says that all clones are inferior copies and must die.
yeah. Mew for some reason is a bitch.
In the Japanese version. In the American version, she's just kind of there.
Yeah, it makes no sense for her to be there. Or
In the Japanese version, Mew is genocidal.
Yes.
Yeah, very much.
Believe it or not, yes.
Yeah. This one just looks down at the clones, says, "You're inferior and therefore must die." Like, fuck you. I didn't ask to live.
So, in that sense, Mewtwo's, reasoning for the way he does things makes more sense. Whereas in the English version, he's just, roar, I'm evil, blah.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then again, like Pokemon 2000, Lawrence the Third really doesn't have a lot of motivation for doing what he does. He just wants to collect every Pokemon so that he can get Lugia. And basically, the plot of Pokemon 2000 is that because he's disturbing the harmony of fire, ice, and lightning, which is Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres, the three legendary birds from the first generation, he is causing basically the end of the world as we know it. The whole entire planet will become flooded, or at least in the American version, that's what it is. But Ash has to get the three treasures from the island, bring them together, summon Lugia, and quell the fighting, which he kind of does, and then they blast Lugia, and then he has to rescue Lugia. I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Yeah, it's weird. Was there a third movie we're going to talk about, or just those two?
Third one is Johto territory. We're not going to talk about that one yet. That is my favorite of the first three movies.
Okay,
Entei.
yeah. I actually did. I think I watched it a few months ago with some friends, and yeah, it's definitely going to be fun to visit that. But
I think we're at a
yeah, we're almost at an hour. I don't think there's much else we can say about Pokemon right now.
Yeah, just got to catch them all. And happy tails.
Yeah.
Magikarp is delicious.
No, actually, hang on real quick. There's an episode. Can I just talk about the SS Anne episode?
Oh, the two-parter or the three-parter, really?
I just want to say, first off, James gets a freaking Magikarp. It has to evolve into a Gyarados, but he's unable to control it. 2, the ship sinks underwater, and everyone declares Jesse, James, Ash, Brock, Misty, and their Pokemon all dead.
Yeah, that was weird as a kid. I was like,
You want to talk dark and messed up? Boom.
That I liked Pokemon Shipwreck though. It was one of the first. I think it was the first episode I ever had on VHS for my birthday,
Yeah.
and I was really excited about like the Saint Anne Shipwreck.
I did. I did gotta. Used to have the VHS.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure was it bought it or was it rent at Blockbuster. Anyways,
Oh God, Blockbuster.
the first one. Anyways, the first one was the. There was a. It's about when they met. They met Bill. And the next one is
that was Mystery at the Lighthouse. That had to be the Thundershock VHS. I am a nerd.
Yep, and then there's Lieutenant Surge.
Yep.
Lieutenant Surge episode, and the third
Hit
one
him with
was
a thunderbolt.
the SSN. But even though it was kind of weird that is like that's the last episode of VHS.
Okay, so since B said that they're gonna do the Lieutenant Surge voice, right, you give him a real thunderbolt. Right? Now we're making a game show.
God, the American voice was just hilarious. Also, that dude was huge. Like, how much steroids did he do?
Oh, fun fact. That's the same voice actor for Meowth.
God, that's impressive voice acting.
Is it Maggie or something?
Maddie Blaustein. She is trans.
Maggie. Yep,
Ooh.
I know.
Was trans. Sadly, she passed away in 2008.
Oh,
But she did an amazing job.
indeed.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there was. Yeah, and I think the original voice actor for Meowth also passed.
Also, forgive me if I'm misgendering because I forgot. I forgot it. Yeah.
It's one of those things that's kind of hard to remember, and plus sometimes you just don't want to remember because that's so sad. Like that's
It is.
To a lot of people, Lieutenant Surge is such an iconic character because that episode, literally, we see Ash is offered a chance to evolve Pikachu via Thunderstone, and Pikachu just outright refuses and wins the fight. His own way.
Unbelievable!
Yeah, they did a great job, and I hope that wherever they are, they're resting well.
Also, remember that in the Japanese version, Lieutenant Surge during the match at one point says, "God damn."
Yep, and the fact that there was a Pokemon War. We're not going to talk about that though.
No. I think this just about wraps it up.
Yep.
I think.
Yep. Anyway, I thank you all for coming to this episode. I really hope that Generation 9 is a really fun game. I hope you people don't bitch, moan, whine, and complain because Generation 8 graphics suck. Story, blah, blah,
Wait.
blah.
If we're starting off at the original Pokemon and we're ending this off, you know what we got to do, at least for a little bit? Electro, Diglett, Nidoran, Mankey, Venusaur, Chatot, Hero, Pidgey, Seeking, Jolteon, Dragonite, Ghastly, Ponyta, Vaporeon, Poliwrath, Butterfree. Yes, I know the whole Poké Rap. I'm not going to do it, though, because I don't have the pipes. But, yeah, I can do that. That's
one, that's very impressive. And two, prepare for trouble. Make it
double.
To protect the world from devastation.
Unite all peoples within our nation.
To denounce the evils of truth and love.
To extend our reach. Stars above.
Jesse.
James.
Team Rocket is blasting off at the speed of light.
Surrender now and prepare to fight.
Meow, that's
right.
Wow.
Mine.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Wobbuffet.
Why not? Wobbuffet.
Oh, that's the one that during the ultimate Meowth's gonna say it, but then Wobbuffet interrupted.
Yeah. But
all right.
Anyway, I'm Thomas. I'm Thomas 2-Bit Bestow. Oh, this has been Silver the Yote.
Train on.
Indie Timber.
B likes pool toys.
Go to horny jail. And Prisma. Ooh. I mean, not Prisma. Sora from Kingdom Hearts, because I can't pronounce your name right.
Pixel.
Saren.
S-
Yeah.
The other trans person.
The other one.
Wow. Wow.
Listen, it's been an hour. I'm tired. Just give me an outro.
Remember, you gotta catch them all.
Ellis?
Just like herpes.
Wow.
Signing out. Take care, everyone.